Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Coming off an NFL Sunday where we crushed the 1 p.m. slate and then everything just went to shit. Lost the Cardinals game, lost the Rams, blew it in the last second. That ended up being a push, and then lost the Chiefs at night. So it was a great NFL Sunday, turned into one where we just finished below zero. But since then, we swept 3-0 on Monday Night Football, and then we swept Tuesday night in the MAC 2, 4-0 in that. So we're kind of hot right now, but we're putting it to the side because we got Thursday Night Football, NFC South division rivalry here. Panthers, Falcons, let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Source. Hey, get the Source.
All right, Atlanta on the road in Carolina here. The look-ahead line for this game was Carolina plus 1.5, but after Sunday's games, the line reopens at Carolina plus 3. All the early actions on Atlanta, 72% of the money on the Falcons as of Tuesday morning. Yo, check it out though. So the books have been taking some Panthers action. Here we are on Wednesday night, and things are evened up. The public is no longer leaning on Atlanta. It's kind of a 50-50 toss-up now. Line doesn't move a muscle. Still looking at Panthers plus 3. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Carolina plus 2.24. It's a very, very slight lean on the Panthers. Really nothing there. So I want to start off with some Oddsmaker logic here to try to figure this out. So 2 weeks ago, these two teams play, right? The game is in Atlanta. The line is Falcons minus 4. The Panthers cover. In fact, they almost win the game. 2 weeks later, this game is in Carolina, and the line is Carolina plus 3. Theoretically, home field is worth about 5 points, 2.5 each way. So theoretically, if the line was Atlanta minus 4 in Atlanta, the line should be Atlanta minus 1.5 on a neutral field and Carolina minus 1 in Carolina. So according to the odds makers, the gap between the Falcons and Panthers has increased by 4 whole points in the last 2 weeks. That's very unusual this late in the season. I could see this if that was the case in like week 4, or we're still learning about these teams, but this is week 10. I mean, I get it. Did you see the Panthers game last week? That was absolutely humiliating. I was loving it. I had Cincinnati, but PJ Walker played the entire first half. He finished the game, the entire first half, 3 of 10, 9 yards, 2 interceptions. Just absolutely horrible. Here's the thing that scares me about the Panthers, though. This team just shows up for those division rivalry games. Did you know the Panthers are 3-0 against the spread against NFC South opponents this year? And they're not just covering spreads. Yeah, they're 3-0 against the spread. They're also 2-1 straight up. And if DJ Moore doesn't take his helmet off, they're probably 3-0 straight up against NFC South opponents. So the Panthers are just showing up to play their division rivals this year. That's something to keep in mind. Although I will say at home against the Falcons has not been a favorable spot for the Panthers. The Falcons are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games in Carolina. But enough with the trends. Let's talk some football numbers here. We know what the Falcons are doing. They're coming in looking to establish the run game. So why don't we start by taking a look at the Panthers' run defense? There's this narrative going around that the Panthers play good defense against the run. I'm not seeing it. I mean, they had a couple games early on in the season, but in the past 5 weeks, the Panthers are 24th in run defense DVOA. This team has not been playing well against the run. So if you're betting the Panthers here based on the run defense, saying they could stop the Falcons' run game, you might want to look at the numbers again because, I mean, these teams just played. Falcons rushed for 167 on 4.5 yards per carry. Yeah, that's not an explosion, but certainly that's not shutting down the Falcons' run game. Another thing about the Panthers' defense, and this is something I missed in the Falcons-Chargers cap last week. I was actually pissed when I saw it. So last week, if you remember in the video, I said Mariota leads the NFL in average air yards per attempt, which is true, he does. So I assumed the Falcons have made some plays in the deep passing game. That is actually not true at all. Yeah, Marcus Mariota may be throwing the deep ball pretty often, but he's not doing it efficiently. Check this out. On pass attempts that travel 20 yards or more in the air, he's just 6 of 30 on the season. On pass attempts that travel 30 or more yards in the air, 1 of 14. So yeah, he's throwing the ball downfield. No one's catching it though. And that's a big number that I missed. Now granted, I probably would have been on the Falcons anyway. I thought they would perform a lot better. And they should have won that game against the Chargers. But anyway, to give the Falcons problems, you got to defend the passes underneath. You need to play good defense against a short pass. Carolina does not. They are 25th. Chargers are 8th. Now, when Carolina has the ball, I mean, yeah, PJ Walker threw for 317 yards in their last meeting a couple weeks back. Honestly, I'm asking you straight up. Do you really think that's going to happen again? I mean, really ask yourself. No, I don't either. You do have to give some credit to Deontay Foreman in the Panthers run game, though. They were running the ball pretty well on the Falcons a couple weeks ago. But here's the thing. The Falcons defense is not good, but everyone thinks they suck against the run. Actually, they've been playing better and better every week against the run. If you look at the Atlanta Falcons defensive DVOA week by week, here's the chart here. Look at the green line, that's run defense. Now remember, these are defensive numbers, so going down is good. You can see the Falcons run defense has pretty much gotten better every single week since the season started. And in the past 4 weeks, the Falcons run defense is 8th in the NFL in DVOA. So in conclusion, I don't trust PJ Walker at all. And if Baker Mayfield starts, I trust him even less. And if I want to put my eggs in the basket of Deontay Foreman being able to run the ball, I don't think that's going to happen again either. I'm on the Falcons here. Give me Atlanta -3. I know that's kind of I know that Carolina +3 is the sharp side. I just can't get there, man. If anything changes with this bet, I'll let you know on Twitter, so give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final tickets we give out for every sport, tennis has been hot, NBA's been solid. We've been doing well in a couple sports, bad in a couple sports too. Head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. NFL Week 10 is here, and this is prime time for betting. We got enough data where we should be able to start making some larger bets, but it's not too late in the season where teams have given up or started to tank. Real good time to bet the NFL. Let's have ourselves a good Thursday. Start the weekend off right. I'll talk to you on Twitter.